Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Memorial Stadium in tonight's McComary Conference crossover game between the Spartans of Fitzgerald High School and Huron Huron High Redhawks. As member schools of the Michigan High School Athletic Association, they remind you that sportsmanship and the objectives of educational athletics are what set this event apart from all other levels of competition. Your cooperation and support of the values promoted by these two schools is appreciated. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please stand. And gentlemen, remove your hats for the playing and singing of our national anthem. The national anthem will be conducted by Mr. Scott Jones, Director of Band at Port Huron High School. This concludes the field performance. Be sure to stick around after the second quarter to watch as the machine performs its halftime show. Again, ladies and gentlemen, your Fort Huron High Red Hawks.
Hello, everybody. Welcome into Memorial Stadium as we get ready for kickoff. Red Hawks and the Spartans. Port Huron High won the toss. They elected to defer, so PH will be kicking off to Warren Fitzgerald. So we get ready for the Plat 1 first quarter. Plat 1, one of the newest exciting restaurants in the south side of Port Huron off of Connor Street. Head down there. They'll feed me and Dennis before we do our podcast tonight. So head down Plat 1. It is time for the Plat 1 first quarter. PH getting ready to kick off left to right. A couple of different Spartans back there. Jalen Maddox and Myron Hardy stand back at the 10-yard line. Sun still peeking over those visitor stands here at Memorial. The run-up and a line drive kick to the near side. Bounces at the 15. Picked up by Maddox. to the middle of the field, looking for room. He gets hit. He's not going anywhere. Making the tackle for Port Huron High. Deacon Baldwin, the sophomore, flew down the field. First contact made the play, and that is where Warren Fitzgerald will start. 1st and 10. It looks like they gave him the 16-yard line, as it's time for the Frazier Building Supply starting quarterback of the game. And for Warren Fitzgerald, a high-flying offense, it looks to be number 6, Deion James, the Frazier Building Supply starting quarterback of the game. Frazier Building together will build a home. 1st and 10 from their own 16-yard line. Trips right, 1 to the near side. Looking in is James. Snap, handoff middle, has some room across the 25, near the 30-yard line. Quick hitter for Devon Billings Jr. Not to be confused, senior in the classroom. Billings Jr. gets out to the 29-yard line, 13-yard gain. 1st and 10, Fitz. They hustle to the line. Same formation, trips right, 1 to the near side. Billings Jr. on the left hip of the quarterback, James. James leans in, calls for the snap, hard count. Check with the coach on the sideline. Juwan Shakespeare, head coach of the Fitzgerald Spartans. James leans in. 1st and 10 from the 29. Snap, bubble screen right side. Caught at the 29. Room to work to the 35 to the 40. Another first down. Easy pitch and catch. They got it to the playmaker, Angelo Lipscomb, the junior wideout. And another first down. 2 plays, 2 times. The Spartans have moved the sticks. We're 45 seconds into this one. 2 first downs for Warren Fitzgerald. PH trying to find something defensively. Snap up high, handoff. Room for Billings Jr. across the 50, down short of the first down marker at the PH 47-yard line. Depending on which side judge gets the ruling. One's at the 47. They'll go with the one at the 47, so officially an 8-yard gain for Devon Billings Jr. 2nd and 2 from the PH 47-yard line. Quick, high-tempo Warren Fitzgerald offense. Twins right, twins left. Snap to James. Play action. Pocket hold. Slings it one-on-one. Got a step, but he overthrew his man. He was looking for Lipscomb again. Had a step on the defender, Aiden Forstner. But it brings up 3rd and 2 for Warren Fitz. But when you get a big gain on first down, especially at this part of the field in high school football, probably 4-down territory, and I imagine that's why you take the shot on 2nd and short. Trips left, 1 man to the right. Snap, handoff, Billings Jr. Makes a man miss in the backfield, makes another. First down, not a lot more, out to the 43-yard line of Port Huron High. Modest gain of 4, but on 3rd and 2, that moves the chains. 1st and 10, Warren Fitzgerald on this opening drive of the game. 10:26, clock paused momentarily as the chains reset. Twins left, twins right. James out of the gun. Snap, give Billings Jr. Working to the left side. Has room to the 40. Cuts up to the 35. Look out to the 30. Past the first down marker, but a flag is on the field back at the 41. It looks like this might come back, and the first big mistake from Warren Fitz starting this one out. We're talking to the Red Hawk coaches. Just during the weekend before the game, they thought a big key to this one, tackling in space, and early on you can see the shiftiness of Fitzgerald and their athletes, hard to bring down. Waiting for an official signal. It's a personal foul, tripping against Warren Fitz. Not a call you see made all too often, but tripping pushes the Spartans back. It's a 15-yard penalty back onto their own side of midfield to the 43-yard line. So it's 1st and a quarter mile. The scoreboard has it as 1st and 25. Out of the gun, Deion James has some work to do after the tripping call. Not 2 in the box, just a 15-yard penalty. James takes the snap, straight drop, looks right side, wants a deep ball, has to roll out, pressure comes, he's hit and he's down, back inside the 30-yard line. Chasing him down for the Red Hawks. Looks like that is number 84 in red. Excuse me, number 64, Dylan Volpe chased him down. The big sophomore with a sack. And it went from 1st and forever to second and about a third of the field. 2nd and 37. High snap to James. Screen over the middle. Caught inside the 30. Making one man miss all that effort just to get up to the 34-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd and halfway to Warren. 9:15 to go in the first quarter. Opening drive for Fitz was moving along nicely, but the tripping penalty and sack back-to-back has pushed the Spartans way off course. From their own 34-yard line. They need to get to the Port Huron High 32. Out of the gun, James motions the running back out. Snap, little flare to the right side. Billings Jr. gets ahead of steam to the 40. 45, flag comes out. He's tripped up at midfield. So it looks like it's going to be another penalty against Warren Fitzgerald, but Billings Jr. was stopped about 15 yards short of the line to gain. We'll see what Coach Dan Perkins wants to do, because crossing midfield, you're close enough to where it might be an issue that they could try to go for it. If you push them back, it would be, looks like about 10 yards to their own 42. Let's see what Coach Perkins wants to do. He'll accept the penalty. Oh no, it's going to be assessed from the Fitzgerald 46. So they'll essentially replay the down, it looks like. So they're walking it off right now. They'll move it back to the 35-yard line. I didn't see an official signal, but it was some sort of illegal block, whether it was a hold or a block in the back. From the 35 of Warren Fitzgerald, it's 3rd and forever. Snap, James, pocket hold, steps up, flings it, wants it, all overthrew him. Sent it all the way down the field looking for Jalen Maddox, and that'll bring out the punt unit for Fitz. 8:39 to go in the first quarter, and after a quick start to the Spartan offense, 3 penalties push them back, and they'll be forced to punt. Maddox, one of their better athletes, lines up at punter. Only about 10 yards deep. Let's see if the Redhawks come after this one. High snap over the head of Maddox. Back to the 15. Picks it up. He's going to try to make something happen. Cuts up to the 25 to the 30. He's tripped up at the 40-yard line, and that is where Port Huron High will take over thanks to the Caden Shouty tackle. 1st and 10, Port Huron High at the Warren Fitzgerald 41, and out comes this PH offense led by senior Joey Gilbert. You heard Dan Perkins say it in the pregame show. They haven't scored a touchdown yet this year. Well, that's a good way to start it. Give yourselves a short field. Twins left, twins right. Conley Price in the backfield on the left hip of Gilbert. Officials give the okay. 8:29 to go, first quarter scoreless. First drive for PH. Hard count, some movement. No one broke the line of scrimmage. Snap, handoff, Price. He gets past the line of scrimmage across the 40 to the 38-yard line. A very modest 3-yard gain. 2nd and 7 coming up for Port Huron High. Redhawks, all red uniforms with big, bold white numbers. Script Redhawks on the helmet. A different look for PH. Fitz, white jerseys, blue pants, blue helmets with the yellow Spartan. Had a good uniform matchup here in week 2. 2nd and 7 from the 38-yard line. On 3, but there was movement. Who moved? It's going to be on Fitzgerald, and penalties playing a factor early in this one. It'll move them from the 38 to the 33, 2nd and short. And it's a clash of styles. Port Huron High going to try to run the ball, eat the time of possession, and Fitzgerald, they're going to be swinging for the fences. They don't want to hit single, and move guys around. No, they're going for the big play. 2nd and 3 from the 33. Keeper Gilbert up the middle, lowers his shoulder near the 25-yard line. Will give him 6 yards on the carry. 1st and 10 Redhawks as Port Huron High inches closer to the red zone. And if you're Dan Perkins, you have to like the start for PH. Yeah, they gave up a few first downs, but they were opportunistic. Volpe's sack really stemmed the tides of the opening drive for Fitz. Now the offense finding a little rhythm. Out of the gun from the 26. 1st and 10, Port Huron High. Gilbert couldn't get anyone to jump. He'll bark out some orders. McConley Price on his right hip. Gilbert looks in, claps the hand, snap, throws, bubble screen, left side, caught at the 30, trying to make someone miss, unable to. Aiden Davidson maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Making the tackle for Fitz, Myron Hardy. He flew over, and what looked like a lot of grass for Davidson was swallowed up pretty quickly. 6:58 to go in the first quarter. 0-0. First drive of the game for the Redhawks. Beautiful day here at Memorial on 24th Street. 64 degrees right now. Shadows overtaking the field here at Port Huron. 2nd and 10 from the 26. Gilbert onto snap, handoff Price up the middle, nowhere to go. A sea of white jerseys. Couple different big boys in the middle for the Spartans. Looked like number 52, Jonathan Copeland, and the senior Martez Kelly combined to make the stop. And it brings up 3rd and 10 from the Fitzgerald 26-yard line. Ball on the left hash. Presume it may be 4-down territory, so you don't have to go to the sticks necessarily here on 3rd and 10. Twins left, twins right. Gilbert out of the gun. McConley Price on his right hip. Gilbert, hard count, no movement. Fitzgerald doesn't show blitz. They bring 4. Rolling right. Gilbert slings it. Incomplete. Intended receiver was Braden Hinton, and he overshot him by about 7 yards, and it looks like the field goal unit is going to come on for Port Huron High. Coming on to kick, Gavin Cordy. This would be a 45 or 44-yard kick is where they set the tee down. 6:09 to go, looking for the first points of the game. Back in case it's short of the end zone is Myron Hardy. Snap, hold, no rush. Cordy, line drive, and it's short. Brought in the end zone by Hardy, so in high school, that works as a punt. It should be 1st and 10, Warren Fitzgerald at the 20-yard line. 6:04 to go, still scoreless. 2 drives that stalled out as we'll see the Fitzgerald offense once again. Port Huron High does not want to get into a track meet with Fitz, so if they can slow this down and muck it up a little. I don't even want to say muck it up because that implies that they have to, find a way for Fitz to play down. Ooh, interesting formation. Quads right, 1 to the left. 1st and 10 as a new quarterback is in. It's number 2, Deshaun Murdoch. Snap, keeper, near side Murdoch to the 25. Hit at the 27-yard line. 1st and 10 becomes 2nd and 3 for Fitzgerald. That simply was, we're going to put an athlete at quarterback. Quads right to draw the attention of most of the defense, and we're going to let our quarterback run to the open side of the field. 2nd and 3 from the Fitz 27-yard line. Murdoch out of the gun again, quads all the way outside the right hash marks, 1 man to the left. Murdoch, snap, keeper, this time right side. He's hitting the backfield. He's wrangled down by a flock of Redhawks. Looked like first contact came from Joey Gilbert. A few others in there as well, including Parison Rome, the sophomore. And it'll be 3rd and about 5 from just outside the Fitz 25-yard line. 5:08 and counting to go in the first quarter. Still no score between Fitzgerald and Port Huron High. Snap, Murdoch, handoff, hitting the backfield again. Spartans going in reverse. It'll bring up 4th and about 8. And now decision time. The punt unit comes on, and remember, the snap was a bit high to Jalen Maddox last time. I know our good friend Dave Taddy, his old special teams coach, doesn't like going after punts. I couldn't be the opposite. Listen, bad snap on the first one. I'm sending 8-9 guys after this one. About 13 yards back, Maddox. Snap, Brought in by one hand. Punt is up, but it's not going far. That was a pop-up back to the pitcher. Bounces to about the 35-yard line. A net punt will give him 9 yards. And for the second drive in a row, Port Huron High is going to start out in plus territory. 1st and 10 Redhawks at the Fitzgerald 35-yard line. Thank you so much for joining us. Whether you're watching on Thumb Coast TV, whether you're listening on GetStuckOnSports.com, live from the Luxury Bath in Marlinson's broadcast booth, Brady Beaton here with you on a gorgeous fall evening. Sun is just starting to hide behind the trees to the west, behind the visitor stands here at the PH game. A sea of red in front of me, hoping to see a Red Hawk touchdown. 1st and 10 from the Fitz 35. Gilbert takes the snap, hands it on the jet, getting to the 30-yard line. And they'll give him the 31. I believe that was Hinton on the jet sweep. 2nd and 6 coming up for PH. They'll move with tempo, but they won't snap it quickly. Parison Rome, the running back, into the left of Joey Gilbert. Twins to the right, and a flag comes out. This is curious. I don't think it was a procedural penalty. And we'll get we're going to get a knee pad violation. Javon Barlow didn't have his knee pads cover up. It's a point of emphasis, and, well, that's the first one. So it's a big point of emphasis this year for the MHSAA. First penalty is just a warning, and a player sent off for a play. Second one, a 5-yard penalty. Everyone after that, a personal foul assessed to the head coach. So still 2nd and 8 from the Fitz 2nd and 6 from the Fitz 31-yard line. 3:30 to go in the first quarter, still scoreless. Joey Gilbert takes the snap, gives to Rome, up the middle to the 30. He's knocked forward to about the 26-yard line. They'll give him the 27, so just short of the first down marker. So it's 3rd and about 2. Redhawks going left to right. They'll make a few changes. You have Javon Bowler checks in. One man split out either side. Bowler the fullback with Price as the deep man. Gilbert out of the gun. Takes the snap, turns left, gives to Price. Looks for a hole, doesn't find much. He gets near the 25. Second effort gets him to the 24-yard line. Move the chains. It's 1st and 10. Port Huron High from the Fitzgerald 24-yard line. 2 minutes, 39 seconds on the clock. Frozen for just a moment as the chains reset. 0-0 game. Joey Gilbert. Same formation, kind of a pistol look. This time, Price, the man on his right hip, and Rome, the deep back. 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. Gilbert, snap, turns right, gives to Rome. Big back, lowers his shoulder, plows ahead near the 20-yard line. I think they'll give him a yard short, the 21. So 4 yards for the sophomore Rome. Makes it 2nd and 7. As Port Huron High looking for their first points of the season. Joey Gilbert commands the huddle. The official will blow the play dead. His own timeout. A helmet did come off. I think they need to send a Spartan off the field. Anytime your helmet comes off during the course of play, I believe unless it was due to a penalty, like a face mask or a holding or something like that, you have to leave for a play. And it does look like Fitzgerald going to have to send off Demario Johnson for a play. And now a timeout to keep Johnson on the field. 1:53 to go in the first quarter. Scoreless between Port Huron High and Warren Fitzgerald. We'll take a quick break. You're listening to High School Football and GetStuckOnSports.com. Second and 8 from the 25-yard line as Gilbert takes the handoff, goes right side, has a hole, he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Port Huron High. First points of the season come from Joey Gilbert on the QB keeper. 1:47 to go in the first quarter. First explosive play from the Redhawks tonight leads to the end zone. And on for the extra point, Tyler Beam on to kick. Looks like the Redhawks trying to get the right personnel out for the PAT unit. They were missing a player, or they were. Yes, he's got the last guy coming onto the field now. Got a little excited with the touchdown. Have it all set up. Snap, hold, kick from Beam is up, and it's true. 1:47 to go in the first quarter. Port Huron High 7, Warren Fitzgerald nothing as Joey Gilbert finds the end zone from about 25 yards out. While we have a moment, let's see if we can find any scores from around the area. A lot going on here in week 2. Dennis Stuckey, he's out in Armada as the Croslex Pioneers head out to take on the Tigers. Jack Klee with a pick six, 7-0 Armada leads there. Down at Marysville, 7-6 Hazel Park with a quick with an early lead, and Richmond up 6-0 in the second half in the second quarter rather on Yale. St. Clair took an early lead against Warren Lincoln. They're in a bounce back spot. Ball teed up. Warren Fitzgerald going to try to get back into this one. Offense is stalled out after a quick start. A couple penalties have slowed them down. It's more special teams personnel issues as they're waiting to get everyone on the kickoff team.
Number 15, Gavin Burkey getting set to kick off.
Pooch kick to the near side, bounces at the 25. It's picked up at the 20. Going across the field looking for an edge. Look out with room. Jalen Maddox to the right side. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Spartans. But a flag on the play, 2 of them in fact, sandwiching the Spartan 40-yard line, and penalties have been the Achilles heel of Warren Fitzgerald here in the early going. Not a very muted Fitz sideline. They know the offense is going to have to come out on the field. They'll place the flags at the 36, and it looks like it'll be 1st and 10 Spartans at their own 26-yard line after the penalty is assessed.
Ball from the back against the Spartans.
Why did you get here so early? Because you wanted a spot?
First and 10 from their own 26-yard line. 92 seconds to go in the first quarter. 7-0 Port Huron High. Snap, handoff up the middle. Billings Jr. gets hit. He falls forward for a gain of 2. 2nd and 8 coming up for Warren Fitz. Ball on the right hash. Back in at quarterback for Fitz, number 6, Deion James. He was the starter. They put in Deshaun Murdoch. Looks like he may be the running back on the left side this time. 2nd and 8 from the 30-yard line. James leans in, trips to the left, one man to the right. Snap. Redhawks bring 4 up the middle. hit at the line of scrimmage, but slipping through across the 35 near the first down marker. That was Angelo Lipscomb on the carry. It'll be 3rd and short for Fitz as this. No, they're going to give him the first down. 50 seconds and counting to go in the first. Ball on the right hash. James takes the snap, hand off middle, Lipscomb again to the 40, 45, look out, across midfield. He made the safety miss. He's off to the races, and no one is going to catch Angelo Lipscomb. No flags on the field. This time the touchdown will count for Warren Fitzgerald. With 30 seconds left to go in the first quarter, the Spartans are an extra point away from tying this one up. Open field tackling was something multiple coaches for PH emphasized all week long, and right there you saw why when the junior Angelo Lipscomb got out in the field, made a couple men miss, and it was off to the races. And I don't think there are too many players in the MAC, at least in the MAC Gold or the MAC Blue, that are going to catch Lipscomb. Looks like the Spartans are going to go for 2. Ball on the left hash. They put Murdoch in at quarterback. He's run it more. Snap, handoff, Lipscomb, but a flag, and I believe this will go against Fitzgerald. It does. Dead ball, false start. So that'll push him back to the 8. So I have a feeling that Fitz is going to be going for 2 all game long. Ball's on the 8-yard line, left hash. 7-6, PH on top. Fitz trying to take the lead. Trying to get the right play in. Going towards the south end zone here at Memorial for the 2-point play. 2 backs in the backfield. Murdoch, snap, straight drop. Max protect, pressure comes. He's hit in the backfield. Volpe with the strip sack. It is recovered. You can't return it in high school, but PH still on top. 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. 7-6 Red Hawks lead. You're listening to GetStuckOnSports.com.
With 30 seconds left in the first quarter, it is the Spartans 6, the Red Hawks 7.
Ball teed up on the 40. 7-6. Port Huron High on top. Pooch kick brought in at the 37-yard line and tackled after about a 5-yard return was Braden Hinton. 1st and 10 Red Hawks. They'll probably get one more play in before the end of the quarter.
Hinton returns number 10, D'Angelo Bissett's kickoff. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Red Hawks on the 41-yard line.
More akin to the last drive than the first one. Ball on their own 41-yard line. 1st and 10 Red Hawks, likely the last play of the first quarter. Snap, handoff. That's Rome up the middle, powers across the 45-yard line to the 46. 7-6. Port Huron High on top after 12 minutes of play. We'll take a break. We'll be back in just a moment. You're listening to high school football on GetStuckOnSports.com and watching on Thumb Coast TV.
Gain of about 5 on the play brings up 2nd and 5 for the Red Hawks. first quarter. It is the Fitzgerald Spartans 6, your Huron Red Hawks 7. Gilbert's pass and time for number 11, Carter Baxton, falls incomplete. Brings up third down for the Red Hawks.
That means it's time for the Baumberger Sports Lounge second quarter. First play of the second quarter was an overthrown pass. We'll bring up 3rd and 5 for PH. With the Baumberger on Van Dyke in Emily City, I'm telling you, it's not just a catchy name. No, those burgers, if you're out there, it'd be a frequent spot. Listen, if I was out in Emily City, I'd be spending a lot of money there. Great spot to go and watch the game. Great tater tots, too. And the chicken wrap, very underrated. A lot of spots to go at the Baumberger Sports Lounge in Emily City. 3rd and 5, PH. Snap. Gilbert rolling out right. Pressure comes. Looking for somewhere to throw it. He gets hit, and he gets it away as he throws it, or as he gets, he's down. And Gilbert slow to get up. He was being chased from the backside by Devon Billings Jr. We've been saying his name more offensively than defensively, but that will bring the punt unit out for PH. 7-6, Red Hawks on top of Fitzgerald. Punt unit comes on. I imagine they would like to avoid Jalen Maddox, who is standing back at about his own 25. He returned a kickoff for a touchdown that got called back due to a penalty. Without looking at the film, it was hard to, or getting a second look. Don't know how much it really mattered, the penalty, but a break for the Red Hawks on that play nonetheless. Snap all day to punt, and finally letting it fly is Cordy. Bounces at the 30, takes a Red Hawk roll all the way to the 15-yard line, and that is where we will see the Fitzgerald offense once again. 1st and 10, Warren Fitz. It's 7-6, Port Huron High on top. Take a look at some other scores again from around the area. Still 6-0 Richmond on top of Yale. 10-0 Armada on top of Croslex. 7-6 Hazel Park leads Marysville. Vikings need a bounce-back performance after a loss to Almont here at Memorial. 7-6 PH on top of Fitzgerald. For the Spartans, snap to James, handoff middle, across the line of scrimmage, battling a hard-earned 3 yards on that carry. Looked like that was number 5, Devon Billings Jr. on the carry. Credit that young man with 3 yards. It's 2nd and 7 from their own 18-yard line. Twins to the left, twins to the right. Billings Jr. will be on the left hip of Deion James. 4 down linemen. Volpe has had an excellent game so far for the Red Hawks on that D-line. Snap, handoff middle to the 20-yard line. A modest 2-yard gain for Devon Billings. And between the tackles has not been working out well for Fitzgerald since the first drive of the game. 3rd and 5 from their own 20. James out of the gun, twins either side. False start, the big right tackle. Heck of a lineman, but Joseph Smith, for Fitzgerald, that is number 73. Who is not listed on the roster, but he is an impressive specimen at right tackle. Moved just a bit. So now 3rd and 5 becomes 3rd and 10 from the 15-yard line. James out of the gun, snap, wants a screen. It's bobbled, caught back at the 8-yard line, and the Red Hawks swarm over for a big TFL. And with a less than ideal punt unit for Fitz, it puts the Spartans in a precarious spot. Let's see what Jawan Shakespeare elects to do. Punt unit obviously has to come out. You're not going to go for it inside your own 10 at on 4th and about 17. Back to return for PH is Aiden Davidson. He's going to stand at about the 40. I don't know how the Red Hawks didn't block it last time. 10-11 to go in the second quarter. 7-6. Port Huron High on top of Fitz. Looks like the Red Hawks are coming after it. They're overloaded on the left side. Snap. Pressure comes. The kick is up, and again, a pop-up to the pitcher. It bounces at the 18-yard line, and for another drive, Port Huron High going to start in not just good field position, but premier real estate. That is beachfront property where PH is starting off. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line of Warren Fitzgerald. PH has done a really nice job controlling the tempo of this game, winning the battle of field position. Give a nod to that defense. Listen, they've had one mistake. That was the touchdown. Besides that, they've looked pretty solid. Joey Gilbert out of the gun. Twins left. One man split out to the right. McConley Price on his right hip. 1st and 10 from the Warren Fitzgerald 18-yard line. Gilbert snap, give, Price middle. Looks for room, bounces off of one would-be tackler, but Devon Billings Jr. held onto that ankle for dear life, and McConley Price couldn't get out of the grasp. He's brought down for a 3-yard gain at the 15. 2nd and 7 from the Spartan 15-yard line. 9:27 and counting to go here in the Baumberger Sports Lounge second quarter. 7-6 Port Huron High looking to extend their lead. Twins out to the left include Reed. Out of the gun, Gilbert snap, play action, throws, it's tipped. Oh, the D lineman for Fitz reached up and knocked it down. If they didn't, it was a sure touchdown for Aiden Forstner. There was no one around him, and I believe that was number 55, Jordan Howard, that got his big palm up. Didn't get a lot of it, got enough of it. It brings up 3rd and about 7 for PH on the Spartan 15-yard line. Twins either side. Out of the gun. Gilbert takes his time, claps the hand, snap, straight drop, pocket holds, fade, left side, overthrew it. He wanted Reed, and that brings up 4th down, and it looks like the field goal unit will trot out there. Coming out for the field goal attempt, Gavin Cordy. He tried a 45-yarder. He came up about 8 yards short. This one much more manageable. Setting up for a 32-yard kick. Fitz did not come after it last time. To take a 4-point lead. Snap, hold, kick is up, and it is good. 8:59 to go in the second quarter. Port Huron High 7, Warren Fitzgerald 6. You're listening to GetStuckOnSports.com.
59 left in the first half. It is the Spartans 6, the Red Hawks 10. Ladies and gentlemen, a special thank you to Dr. Murphy from Orthopedic Surgeons who attends all varsity football games. Young men and
Back here on GetStuckOnSports.com, live all across the Thumb Coast on Thumb Coast TV. If you're on the TV end of things, 10-6, Gavin Cordy 32-yard kick to extend the lead to 10-6 PH. As after the last kickoff, we'll see what Cordy elects to do. It was returned for a touchdown that was called back. Jalen Maddox, the man that brought it back, standing next to him, Myron Hardy. Ball teed up on the 40, not quite on the left hash, but near it. The run-up line drive kick bounces at the 20. Hardy picks it up at the 9. From the near sideline across the numbers to the hash, looking for a seam to the 20, and he's dropped near the 25-yard line. Coming out and making the sure-handed tackle. Number 5 in red, Javon Bowler. Second time we've said the junior's name today. First and 10. Fitzgerald from their own 25-yard line. Sticking with Deion James as the quarterback. Snap, roll out left. Has time, looking, throws near the sticks. It's caught and knocked out of bounds. Number 11, Jalen Maddox. Nice throw from James. He fit it in a tight window. That was a throw that's a get your quarterback in rhythm. You roll him out to the left. It looked like a flood concept. You go to your primary receiver, and you hit him for a 10-yard gain and a first down. First and 10, Fitzgerald on their own 35-yard line. 8:48 to go in the second quarter. 10-6, Port Huron High on top of Fitzgerald. Snap, handoff, Billings Jr. hit at the line of scrimmage. He's not getting anywhere. A handful of Redhawks make that play coming out of the bottom of the pile. Aiden Forstner, the 6-foot, 160-pound junior. They'll give him a gain of a yard, so no TFL for Aiden, unfortunately. But it brings up second and 9. Fitzgerald working with some pace. Trips right, one to the left. James out of the gun. Billings on his left hip. Snap, straight drop, looking near side. Slings it. The pass is tipped. Almost intercepted. Lipscomb got his hand on it, and if it wasn't for the tip ball, it would have went right into the freshman Carter Bankston's hands, and he might have been making a house call. Third and 9 coming up, and again with the poor punting performance from Fitzgerald, a stop here could put the Redhawks in another solid field position. Snap, drop back, 3rd and 9. Wants a deep ball left side. He fired it about 5 yards over the intended receiver Maddox's head. And now Jawan Shakespeare, head coach of Fitzgerald, another decision to make. Punts have been averaging about 10 yards total. And I think the offense is going to stay on the field, and I think that's the right call. And chuck it up deep. Fitzgerald likes their athletes, especially on the edge. Punts have been, again, less than ideal. 4th and 9 from their own 36-yard line. James out of the gun. Snap, straight drop, looking, jump ball, near side, and it hits the grass, incomplete. Once again, Port Huron High taking over in plus territory. 8:03 to go in the second quarter. It's Port Huron High 10, Warren Fitzgerald 6. And the Redhawks, a chance to give themselves a little more cushion as we start to approach halftime. PH will get the ball to start the second half. They've had one explosive play. That was the 25-yard Joey Gilbert touchdown run. 1st and 10, Port Huron High, ball on the right hash on the plus 36. One man split all the way out to the left. That's Devontae Reed. Out of the gun, Gilbert. McConley Price, offset to his right. From the 36, 1st and 10, couple of claps, 3rd one, snaps the ball. Keeper Gilbert, right side, inside the tackle, extends past the 30-yard line. Give that young man 6 yards on the carry. 2nd and 4 coming up for Port Huron High. Checking in for PH, the big back of Harrison Rome, the sophomore listed at 6'1", 205 pounds. Big boy in the backfield standing next to Joey Gilbert. 2nd and about 4 from the 30-yard line. Gilbert out of the gun, twins to the left. Claps the hands, no snap. Second one doesn't do it. Third one doesn't do it. Gilbert will bark out some orders. Gilbert leans in. This time the clap of the hands brings the snap. Hands off Rome. Left side, big pile, and he will be pushed out to about the 28-yard line. On 2nd and 4, they get 2 yards to cut it in half. 3rd and 2 coming up for Port Huron High. 7:02 to go in the second quarter. Port Huron High 10. Warren Fitzgerald 6. The Red Hawk defenses look pretty darn stellar. Checking back into the game for Port Huron High, Javon Bowler. He will replace Forstner. 3rd and 2, ball on the right hash. Twins to the right, one man out to the left by himself. That's Javante Reed. One-on-one coverage for him. Gilbert out of the gun, Rome on his left hip. Snap, they'll give it to the big back up the middle. Bounces off of one would-be tackler, spins, still on his feet to the 20. Big man rumbling for a first down. He was hit at the line of scrimmage, and the sophomore, it took a fleet of Spartans to finally bring him down inside the red zone at the Spartan 18-yard line. 1st and 10, Port Huron High. Red Hawks lead it 10-6 here in week 2. Halfway through the second quarter. Port Huron, 1st and 10 from the Warren Fitzgerald 18-yard line. Out of the gun, Gilbert. Twins to the left. Snap, give McConley Price. Has nowhere to go. He was hit right away by a familiar name in white. That's number 7, Angelo Lipscomb. He has the lone touchdown for the Spartans. He stepped up and he filled the hole. Poor McConley Price. He had nowhere to go in that one. Now the Red Hawks probably approaching field goal range, but they like to get the touchdown, get up to an 11-point lead, feel good about yourselves, especially the way your defense has been playing. 2nd and 10 from the 18-yard line. Gilbert out of the gun, puts a man in motion. Davidson, snap, fakes the jet, throws over the middle, and it's incomplete. Oh, Forstner had to reach out a little bit, and he got rocked. He was a bit slow to get up. He's up under his own power, but understandably shaken up. That's one where, Joey Gilbert's got to give him just a little pat on the back and say, hey, that's my bad. He was going over the middle. He let him too far, had to reach out, and he took a shot. 3rd and 10 coming up from the 18-yard line. Gilbert out of the gun. McConley Price, the running back. He'll move from the right hip to the left. Trips to the left, one man out to the right. Gilbert leans in, claps the hands. Snap, rolls out near side. Looking, has time, tucks, runs to the 20, runs through a defender to about the 12. That will be short, but a flag is going to likely push this back. And instead of a decision on about 4th and 4, looks like it will be 3rd and 20. And that also likely knocks the Red Hawks out of field goal range. 5:08 clock stop, 10-6. Port Huron High playing the style of football they may need to. They want to win this game. They've had the lead the whole time, and now they're sending off Fitzgerald. I believe this may be another knee pad violation, or maybe his helmet came off. Coming off the field is Demario Johnson.
10-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
The flag was holding against Port Huron High. Ball moves back to the 28-yard line, so it's 3rd and 20. We'll see how PH wants to play it. Gilbert trying to figure everything out, and Dan Perkins going to call a timeout. They did not have the personnel they wanted. 5:08 to go in the first half. 10-6, Port Huron High on top. While we have a moment, see what's going on around the area.
A special thank you to our Port Huron School Board members, Lori Orford, Frank Carpio.
So it looks like Port Huron North, the most Port Huron Northern start to a game possible. I know the Red Hawk fans don't want to hear it, but a safety gets PHN on the board. 2-0. Northern leads Lamphere. They just got a way about it, don't they? It's usually never pretty with Northern, but they've won a lot more than they've lost the last handful of years. Down in Algonac, North Branch, a 21-0 lead over the Muskrats in the second quarter. Marine City at the end of the one was 22-0 over Madison. That one not too surprising. And we'll get a full look at scores from around the area at halftime. Right now, 3rd and 20 for PH at the Fitzgerald 28-yard line. 10-6 PH. Snap, play action. Give on the reverse. Looks like it's going to be a reverse pass. They wanted Davidson. He's brought down all the way at the 40-yard line. Instead of it being 4th and about 4 from the 12, a penalty and a sack makes it 4th and a mile from the 49-yard line, and the punt unit comes out. Now, Aiden Davison, one of the other Red Hawks that were taking reps at quarterback during camp, well, he has an arm. They're trying to get it to him. Nice contain on the far side for Fitzgerald. Disciplined defense that time. 4:24 left to go in the second quarter. Is once again special teams personnel has been an issue for Port Huron High. Had to get a guy out late. And a whistle and a flag, a delay a game, which, again, I don't mind not burning a timeout there. What's the difference between punting from the Fitzgerald 39 or the Fitzgerald 44? Timeouts are assets, and they've already used one of them. Again, doesn't make much of a difference, in my opinion. So, yeah, take the 5 yards, get your punter back there, and let him boot one away. Snap comes. It is away to the near numbers. Bounces at the 20. Another Red Hawk bounce to the 10-yard line. Not a bad first half for Gavin Cordy, the junior specialist. And he puts the Red Hawks defense in another advantageous position. 3:51 to go in the second quarter. Red Hawks 10, Spartans 6. Much different first half than Fitzgerald had against Mott a week ago when they were up 33-7 after one half of play. And outside of one long 63 Angelo Lipscomb touchdown run, Red Hawks have tackled pretty well. 1st and 10 from their own 10. They go back to Deshaun Murdoch at quarterback. He's a little bit more of a runner than James. 1st and 10 from their own 10. Murdoch, snap, keeper left side, nowhere to go. Flag comes out, but two different D linemen for Port Huron High. Looked like it was Jamichael Thomas, another big sophomore at 5'11", 240 made the stop. And Elijah Bade, a 6 foot, 185-pound freshman in there. There's a reason Coach Perkins likes this team, especially up front. They've got some big boys and some big boys that are young. Let's see what the penalty was. Holding against Fitz. They will decline it, so it'll be a loss of a yard. So instead of 1st and 15, they go with 2nd and 11. Cotton candy sky right above the visitor stands. Sun is set to the west. Fitzgerald working south to north. Left to right from the press box. 2nd and 11 from the 9. Snap, Murdoch fakes the give. He does give it off. He was blown up in the backfield, but luckily for him, number 5, Devon Billings Jr. worked his way past the 20-yard line all the way out to the 22 for a first down. Tip of the cap to Murdoch. He fooled me up in the booth, and Fitzgerald gets a little bit of breathing room and a fresh set of downs. 3:20 to go in the second quarter. 10-6, Port Huron High on top of Fitz. 1st and 10, snap over the head of Murdoch. He's going to try to make something happen. Nowhere to go. He's tackled back at the 17-yard line. Again, the freshman, Elijah Bade, tracked him down, and it's a loss of about 5 back to the 17. We'll give it loss of 4, 2nd and 14. Out of the gun. They bring James back. Trips to his left. 2nd and 14 from the 17. Snap, roll out left. Has room. Fires a shot to the flat, and it's incomplete. Pass was short of Jalen Maddox. And Fitzgerald has not found any rhythm. Again, They had one long touchdown run on the very first drive. The first about half dozen plays, man, they looked like a well-oiled machine. Took a couple of penalties. A Dylan Volpe sack set them back, and they just have been clunky ever since then. And a big reason for that is this Red Hawk defense wreaking some havoc. 3rd and 14, and with 2:39 to go, clock stop. PH can get the ball back and maybe be a bit aggressive. Deion James out of the gun, Twins either side. Man in motion, right to left is Lipscomb. Trips left, snap, straight drop. Pressure comes, screen. They barely get it over the D-line, and it's caught, tackled at the 26-yard line. Billings Jr. It'll bring up 4th and about 7, and Fitzgerald has abandoned the punting game. They're going to leave the offense on the field. 2:17 and counting. PH gets a stop. They'll get a chance to add on before the break. 4th and 7, snap, handoff Billings. He gets past the line of scrimmage, not much further. Gain of 2, but on 4th and 7, nowhere near enough. 1st and 10, Port Huron High, again in plus territory. I'd have to look at the exact numbers. I believe this is the 5th drive of the game for Port Huron High, and I believe their worst starting field position was the Fitzgerald 41. 10-6, Port Huron High leads, 2:07 and 2 timeouts for the Red Hawks to try to extend the 10-6 lead. But I'll give the Fitzgerald defense some credit. They've been put in some precarious positions, only allowed 10 points. Tip of the cap to the Spartans defensively. Trips right, one to the left, Price on the left hip of Gilbert. The senior calls for the snap, gets it, straight drop, looking, screen, finds Price. No, he dropped it. Oh, he knew there was green grass in front of him, and he turned his head just a little early. 2nd and 10 coming up from the Fitzgerald 29-yard line. He knew the play call was coming, and I think he could sense he had some big boys out in front of him. Just a little too eager. 2nd and 10 from the Fitzgerald 29-yard line. 2:02 on the clock. Again, run out, not out of the question. Out of the gun, Gilbert. Man in motion right to left. Snap, gives to Price. Bounces to the outside, looking for the edge. He won't find it. This Spartan defense fast, and once again, Angelo Lipscomb, the junior, flies around, gets the tackle at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 3rd and 10. It looked like there was a seam, and I saw exactly what McConley Price saw. And then a flash of lightning, otherwise known as Lipscomb, came up and cut that off in a hurry. 3rd and 10 from the 29-yard line. 82 seconds left to go in the first half. Red Hawks will get the ball to start the 3rd quarter. Timeout, Jawan Shakespeare and Warren Fitzgerald. They're going to, one of the Spartans, I don't know if he's a bit woozy out there, the coach coming out. And the way that the young man, Blake Payman, is standing, he's out on his feet, it looks like. He must have taken a shot. They're going to take a look at him. We'll step aside. 10-6, Port Huron High leads in the waning moments of the first half. You're listening to High School Football on GetStuckOnSports.com and watching on Thumb Coast TV. Back here on GetStuckOnSports.com, 1:18 to go in the second quarter, 10-6, Port Huron High on top. But they are taking a moment to really take a look at Blake Payman. I don't know if it was the official or the coach, but someone saw he wasn't quite sure where he was. They've gotten him up to his feet. But the coach came out and basically started supporting his body weight. Well, they'll take their time having him walk off the field. 3rd and 10 upcoming. While we have a moment, take a look at some other scores from around the area. At the end of the first half, Marysville on top of Hazel Park, 14-7. Armada leads it 17-0 over Croslex. A tight one out in Richmond, 6-0. Blue Devils on top of Yale. If I was expecting anything, I was expecting maybe a shootout there. Here, the Redhawks are playing exactly the brand of football they need to. Low-scoring, grinded-out affair. They lead Warren Fitzgerald 10-6. Clock starts after the injury. 3rd and 10 from the 29-yard line of Fitz. Gilbert out of the gun. Twins either side, Price the back to his left. Gilbert taking his time. I don't think they want to give Fitzgerald too much time should they not convert here. Man in motion right to left. Trips now to the left side. Snap, Gilbert. Looking, has time. Over the middle, caught. That is Davidson working to the outside. First down and more, 15 to the 10. Davidson outside the 5-yard line before he's knocked out of bounds. The junior found the soft spot in the zone and then used his athleticism to get inside the 5. They'll spot him out at the 3-yard line and the wherewithal to get out of bounds and stop the clock. 2 timeouts for Port Huron High. Knocking on the door. 1st and goal from the 3-yard line. Clock frozen at 38 seconds. McConley Price in at running back. Twins right, Twins left. Gilbert out of the gun. 1st and goal from the 3. The senior claps the hands. Keeper up the middle. Gilbert lowers the shoulder. Pushing ahead. He's at the 1. Clock is running for the moment, and PH will call a timeout with 29 seconds showing on the scoreboard. 2nd and 1 from, or 2nd and goal, I should say, from the 1-yard line. And you have some options here. With 28 seconds, you don't have to burn your final timeout if you run it and don't get in. Now, PH basically goes exclusively from the gun. And this is the one time Marion Stewart just popped his head in. Just to go heading down, getting ready for some halftime adjustments. This is a spot where if you go under center, you don't want to change what you do, but for a program that always goes out of the gun, can't really go QB sneak, although it looks like they'll go maybe to a goal line package, and we may see Gilbert under center. Looks like 2 or 3 Spartans lined up over top of the ball. 2nd and goal from the 1. Gilbert, snap, QB sneak into the end zone. Touchdown, Redhawks. Keep it simple. Find your way across the goal line as PH in the final minute of the first half extends their lead 16-6. PAT pending. But the Redhawks looking solid here in week 2. They'll get the ball to start the 3rd quarter. On to kick the PAT Tyler Beam. He's been in charge of the point afters. It's been Cordy that's done everything else. Snap, hold, kick is up, and the kick is true. Right down the middle. 17-6. An 11-point lead for Port Huron High. Fitzgerald has 2 timeouts. So this is a team that, you know, if you're a Red Hawk fan at home, don't get up quite yet to go get your halftime snack. They can hit the big play. So it is imperative that the Red Hawks find a way to get the final 25.8 off of the scoreboard. Sun has completely set here at Memorial. A little bit of a coolness has come over Memorial Stadium. You're seeing a lot more hoodies go on, but a picturesque night here on 24th Street. Perfect football weather. Temperatures probably starting to dip into the high 50s. I take this, though, over an 85-degree day when football season starts after just a blistering summer. They went, someone told Mother Nature to knock it off after the first week of camp when everyone was having to practice in ridiculous heat. Ball teed up at the 40. End-over-end kick, bounces at the 20. Picked up by Maddox. Working to the left side, trying to find the edge. He's cut off, spins back, makes one or two men miss, but the rest of the Red Hawk kickoff team brings him down at the 20-yard line. 18.5 to go in the first half. And we'll see if Fitzgerald wants to take any shots. They have 2 timeouts. Field goal is probably not in the equation. But I imagine you might see a bubble screen. You might see something in the flats and try to make some men miss. Only 3 down linemen for the Red Hawks. James out of the gun. 1st and 10 from the 22. Snap, straight drop, rolls left, fires. It's caught at the 27, but it's inbounds. The clock will run. No, timeout Fitzgerald. 14.1 on the scoreboard. PH is fine with giving that up. 17-6 PH trying to get the final 14 seconds off the board. Brady Beaton here with you live from the Luxury Bath and Marlinson's broadcast booth. A pretty strong first half from the Red Hawks. And they had some mistakes against Anchor Bay in week 1. Had to have been nice to get the early touchdown after being shut out, just to, get that monkey off the back, get some confidence. Here in the pregame show, listening, you'd hear Coach Perkins say, it's going to click for these guys. Now, he hopes it's sooner rather than later, but he thinks when it starts to click for this Red Hawk team, they're going to be pretty they're going to get rolling. A lot of young guys that didn't have a lot of varsity experience. Looks like they've made a leap from week 1 to week 2. 2nd and about 6 from the 26-yard line. Out of the gun, Deion James. 14 seconds and a timeout for the Spartans to go 3/4 of the field. Trips to the near side. James snaps. Straight drop, looks near side. Rolls right. Looks, fires on the run. Caught by Hardy at the 33-yard line. Knocked out of bounds with 6.6 on the clock. Next play, almost certainly the last play of the first half. Someone, Coach Goulding has to go grab his center fielder. Tell them just get the heck back. Don't let anything behind you. Ball is on the 33-yard line. Yes, it's first down, but that's kind of a moot point. 3 down linemen for the Red Hawks. 8 men in the secondary. They do rush 4. James looking for room. Not a lot to go. He's hitting the backfield. The Red Hawks with a sack to end the first half. Dylan Volpe, Elijah Bade, the freshman and the sophomore, sandwich James to put a cherry on top of what was a strong first half for the Red Hawks. Your score at the break: Port Huron High 17, Warren Fitzgerald 6. We'll take a break, come back, recap the first half and more here on GetStuckOnSports.com.
Major Gage Tyson is your band ready. Take the field. From the south side of Fort Huron, Michigan, comes the latest generation of musicians carrying on the storied history of pride, tradition, and excellence that is integral to Fort Huron High School, the original high school in the city. From the artist with 9 Grammys and 2 Oscars, it's Birds of a Feather by Billie Eilish. Let's jam. It's your AI DJ game. The playlist is pretty good so far, right? It's almost like we watch everything you do or something. Good news, we're not done just yet. We got a couple more bangers lined up for you. The next jam of the queue comes straight off the album that won the 2020 Grammy for Best Rap Album of the Year. Don't Leave, It's Our Fault. From Tyler the Creator's 6th studio album Ego, it's Earthquake. Then, the song that won Bruno Mars and Lady Gaga the 2024 Grammy for Best Pop Duo, it's Die With a Smile. Let's keep the playlist going. Now, if you're thinking the playlist is kind of short, we hear you. We're going to add to it more in the future, and we won't stop adding and tweaking until it's just right. Don't worry, you can totally trust AI. Ha, ha, ha. Anywho, here's one more song right before we head back to the drawing board. Before he clown drink at the Super Bowl this past year, this artist released an album first. Coming right off the GMX album, it's the song that got the entire world yelling, Mustard! Get ready for TBI by Kendrick Lamar. This concludes the halftime performance. Be sure to stick around at the end of tonight's football game to watch the Machines on-screen performance. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, the concession stand is open and located under the Port Huron side of the field. The concession stand again located under Port Huron side of the field towards the north side over there.
Getting ready to start the third quarter here at Memorial Stadium. Port Huron High 17, Warren Fitzgerald 6. Redhawks have the ball, Fitzgerald has the ball teed up, kicking right to left on the 40-yard line. It was a pooch kick last time. Same thing this time to the far sideline. It's out of bounds at around the 35-yard line, and it looks like the Redhawks are going to elect to take the ball right there. 1st and 10, Port Huron High. If it went past the 35, it'll be at the 35. Didn't make it there, so the 36-yard line is where Joey Gilbert and the Port Huron High Redhawks will start this drive. Offensively, hasn't been anything crazy. Said in the first half they started every drive on the plus 50. I was incorrect. There was one drive they started at their own 41. So the ball being at the 36, they are going to make them re-kick. The entire offense went out and they said, nope, pulled them back. And I like that call. Listen, Fitzgerald can't really kick. They don't have a kicker. If they want to keep kicking it out of bounds, push them 5 yards back, 5 yards back. Tell your guys to, hey, just call a fair catch. This ball is not going past the PH 35. Ball's teed up on the Fitzgerald 35 now. Run up, the kick, a little deeper. It did go past the 35 to the 32, brought in, and out to the 41-yard line. So a net positive for PH accepting the penalty. Aiden Arceri brought it in. 1st and 10, Port Huron High, left hash on their own 41-yard line. 17-6, Redhawks on top. A touchdown here could really put the screws to Fitzgerald, tighten up the pressure. 1st and 10, Port Huron High on their own 41. Out of the gun, Gilbert. Back to his left, Twins near side. One man split out to the left. Gilbert puts Davison in motion left to right. Snap, gives up the middle. Price has room. 45, 50, into the Fitzgerald territory, and he's brought down at the Spartan 45-yard line. That is a 14-yard carry. Redhawks wanted a personal foul penalty. They won't get it. Little close to a late hit from Warren Fitzgerald, and there's another Spartan that's a bit shooken up. That's DeAndre Curry. He's going to walk off under his own power. Just looked uncomfortable. He's not moving that right arm a whole lot. He'll go to the sideline. Port Huron High, one play on their own side of the 50. Now back into Spartan territory. First and 10, PH on the Fitzgerald 45-yard line. Conley Price on the left hip of Joey Gilbert. The senior captain quarterback looks around, leans in, claps the hands. On 2, snap, give, no, hold. He keeps it left side. Gilbert gets to about the 41-yard line. That was a little generous, only to the 42. 3-yard gain. 2nd and 7 coming up from the Fitzgerald 42-yard line. The big man, Harrison Rome, will check in to replace Price. I kind of like this 1-2 combo. Price a little shiftier, smaller back. Rome, one of many quite large sophomores this Red Hawk team has. Twins left, one man split out to the near side. That's Braden Hinton. 2nd and 7 from the 42. Man in motion left to right. Snap, give to Rome. He's hitting the backfield and he's dropped back at the 42-yard line. Heck of a tackle from number 5 in white, Devon Billings Jr. We've been saying his name a lot. It looked like Rome was going to spin off of Billings Jr., but he was able to wrap up the big man's ankles for no gain. 3rd and medium coming up. 10:26 and counting to go in the third quarter. 17-6. Port Huron High on top of Warren Fitzgerald. Twins left, Twins right. Price the back, offset to the right of Joey Gilbert. They need the Fitzgerald 35. From the 42, snap, straight drop. Gilbert steps up in the pocket, looking to throw, slings it, wants it all, and it's knocked away. Intended receiver Devontae Reed. A couple of Spartans knock it away, and we'll see what Dan Perkins wants to do. You play the field position game up a couple scores, or at the plus 42-yard line on 4th and about 7, do you go for it? The offense on the field, wouldn't be surprised to see if they maybe try to get Warren Fitz to jump. And if you have to take a 5-yard penalty, you take a 5-yard penalty. Offense stays on the field. Twins either side. Price in the backfield with Gilbert. 4 men on the line of scrimmage for Fitzgerald. Hard count. Gilbert, 4 claps of the hands. No movement. I don't think they'll snap it, and they'll take the delay of game penalty. And the punt unit comes on as Gavin Cordy jogs onto the field. He'll punt. He'll be on his own side of the field. Ball will be snapped from the Fitzgerald 47-yard line. And the Fitz defense has been put in some bad spots today. they've held their own, but the PH defense has just been, well, it's, again, outside of one play, dominant. Fitzgerald defense gets the stop on the first possession. Cordy stands at his own 40-yard line. High snap over the head of Cordy. He picks it up at the 30. He gets hit. He's tackled at the 29-yard line. Disastrous start to the half for Port Huron High. And now the Red Hawk defense will be asked to bow up as the Spartans come on the field with their best starting field position of the night. 2 minutes into the third quarter, 1st and 10 Fitzgerald. They put it on the 30-yard line. It's funny how the ball always seems to find those thick white lines. From the 30, 1st and 10 Fitz. It's Dion James at quarterback. Snap, give Billings Jr. to the right side to the 25. Cuts up to the 20, 15, 10, 5, one-play drive, touchdown Spartans. And how quickly the momentum of the game can turn. Devon Billings Jr. got to the outside, got shifty with it, and went 30 yards for the score. And just like that, Fitzgerald back into it. Again, no kicking game for the Spartans, so they'll go for 2. James out of the gun, Billings on his left hip from the left hash. Snap, keeper, James, end zone, 2-point conversion. We got ourselves a 3-point game. 9:51 to go in the third quarter, 17-14. PH on top, but the Spartans with a strong start to the third quarter. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to GetStuckOnSports.com.
With 9 minutes, 51 seconds left in the third quarter, it is the Spartans 14, the Red Hawks 17. Getting set to kick off for the Spartans.
Ball teed up at the 40-yard line after the 30-yard Devon Billings Jr. touchdown run, and that's the danger of this Spartan team. Such quick hitters. Pooch kick left side, diving catch at the 42. Not a bad kick. It was near the sideline, but if that's not brought in, I believe that was number 75, Xavion McCroy, that brought it in. Could have been interesting, but instead the Red Hawk offense will take over. 1st and 10 at their own 41-yard line. Joey Gilbert back on the field. Quick turnaround for this PH offense after the one-play Fitz touchdown run, or drive, I should say, from their own 41-yard line. 1st and 10, Port Huron. Snap, give, McConley Price up the middle, 45-50, makes a man miss at the Fitz 45. He reaches out to the 42-yard line. 18-yard run, and a flag comes in late. I think this is going to move the Red Hawks closer, or is it against PH? It has gotten chippy at times. Which way is this penalty going? This is against PH. Fitz has been easily the more penalized team, and that's the first big mistake. Unsportsmanlike conduct against Port Huron High. Don't know what number it was. So the first down will stand because it was a after the play penalty. However, that will move the ball back from the Fitzgerald side of the field back into PH territory. Ball will be on the PH 43-yard line, and I believe it'll be 1st and 10 from there. Ball on the left hash, 1st and 10, PH at their own 43-yard line. Gilbert out of the gun, trips to the right, Price on his left hip. False start's going to move the Red Hawks back just a bit. PH has varied the snap count, and that's the first time one of them has jumped. 9:37 to go in the third quarter, 17-14. PH on top of Fitzgerald, but right now the Spartans have all the momentum. First and 15, and well, PH, after an 18-yard run, is running the next play from further back than they started. Snap, screen, left side, brought in, working to the 40, 45, near midfield, bringing that one in. McConley Price on the screen. It'll get us to the PH 49-yard line, brings up 2nd and manageable. A down Spartan will hobble over to the sideline under his own power. I believe that was number 10, the D'Angelo Blessett. He got off the field on his own, so that's the positive. Bad news is he went straight to the training staff. He's up and moving around. I don't know if it was a cramp. He's bouncing around. Something didn't feel right. At any rate, 2nd and 4 from their own 49-yard line. Kind of a pistol look back to the right. It's Pearson Rome, the one behind Gilbert. Snap, turn right, give to Rome. Across midfield, lowers the shoulder, plows past the first down marker to the Fitzgerald 47-yard line. 1st and 15, no problem at all for Port Huron High. Couple of plays, moves the change. 1st and 10 from the Fitz 47-yard line. Joey Gilbert comes to the near sideline. Kevin Moran barking out orders from the PH sideline. Red Hawks break the huddle. They'll jog to the line. Out of the gun. Joey Gilbert, twins either side. Claps the hands. No one moves. Spartans got called for an offsides. Oh no, goes under center. QB sneak for Joey Gilbert. A little bit of trickeration. No one was over the center. He'll get 4 yards on it. And you know, that's a trick play that's never going to be on the highlight reel. But to nerd out a little bit football-wise, as it's going to be 2nd and about 6 from the 44. When you don't have any D tackles in the A gaps, if you have 2 eyes or even 2-3 techniques, why not take 4 yards on first down? Sets up 2nd and 6, and now it's in the back of the mind of every Spartan D lineman. 2nd and 6 from the 44-yard line. Out of the gun, Joey Gilbert. Twins left, twins right, Price in the backfield. Gilbert claps the hands. A flinch on the offensive line will take 2nd and 6 to about 2nd and 11. PH was so good in the first half about avoiding penalties. They have been plagued by them here in the third quarter. Third one of this drive for 25 yards. 17-14 PH on top of Warren Fitzgerald. 7:15 and counting to go in the third. Fitz has run one offensive play. That was a Devon Billings Jr. 30-yard touchdown run. 2nd and we'll call it 12 from the 49. Gilbert out of the gun, claps the hands, on 2, keeps left side, has room, 45 to the 40, Gilbert, 35, first down Port Huron High, but a flag again is on the field. Back at midfield. Holding against Port Huron High. Get out of your own way, gentlemen. That's now 35 yards of penalties on this drive alone. I think we've replayed more downs than downs that have actually counted. So they're all the way back to where they initially started this drive at their own 41, and they have recorded 2 first downs. I don't know if I've ever seen that before, where a team's gotten 2 first downs and yet ended up at square one. Scoreboard has it as 2nd and 22 from their own 41-yard line. That looks about right. Gilbert out of the gun, trips to the left. Snap, straight drop. Pressure, holds off, screen near side to the 41-yard line. Siri across the 45 to the 50, and he'll make it 3rd and somewhat manageable. They'll give him a hair inside. No, they'll put it right at the midfield stripe. It'll be 3rd and 13. Again, it's always curious how that ball always ends up right on a 5-yard line. Tip of the football kissing the midfield stripe. 6:27, clock stops. PH up 3 here in a slow-moving third quarter. Trips to the left side, one man out near. Out of the gun, Gilbert. Claps the hands, snap, straight drop. Fitz blitzes, wants a jump ball right side, overthrew everyone. Intended was target, Braden Hinton. And 4th down coming up, and the punt unit surely coming on for Port Huron High. Can't afford another snap over the head of Gavin Cordy. Punt will come from midfield. Jalen Maddox, the senior leader for Fitzgerald, back at his own 17-yard line. Fitz will get the ball back with a chance to take the lead here. Good snap this time. Kick is away. Solid boot. Maddox brings it in at the 20. Makes the man miss to the 25, to the 30, and he's tackled at the 32-yard line. Heck of a job by Jackson Winchester. Able to knock him down. And if Maddox gets by Winchester, he had some room to work. 6:12 to go in the third quarter. 17-14, PH on top. But Fitz with the chance and the momentum to take the lead. See what quarterback comes out for Fitzgerald. It looks to be the starter, Deion James. They have gone to Deshaun Murdoch at times as well. James out of the gun. It's the man that scored the touchdown on his right hip, Billings Jr. They are taking their time. James out of the gun, trips to the right. 3 down linemen, snap, give, Billings Jr. up to the 40, about a 3-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 7. They will give him the 41, so add 1 onto that. 2nd and 6 coming up for Fitzgerald. PH switch to that 3 down lineman look after giving up the long run. I think they want some more guys off the ball a little bit, maybe flow to it. 2nd and 6 from the 41-yard line. Out of the gun, James. High snap, brings it in. Handoff Billings. He's going nowhere. Wrapped up by the senior captain, Joey Gilbert. Loss of 2, and it's 3rd and 8 back at the 33-yard line. Joey Gilbert was in the backfield so fast he darn near took the handoff. 3rd and 8, and how about this Red Hawk defense? They've had 2 bad plays. Now, they've both gone for touchdowns, but this defense has been swarming. Big men up front, the young guys up front, been a big reason why. 3rd and 8 from their own 33. James takes the snap. Straight drop, has time, rolls right side looking. Pressure comes, fires on the move, and it's incomplete on the far sideline. Couple of different Spartans in the area. Looked like it was both Myron Hardy and Devon Billings Jr., the intended targets. But as the punt unit has, well, they haven't done much at all for Fitz. I'm going to presume the Spartans are going to go for it. Jawan Shakespeare keeping his offense on the field. No, they're going to send the punt unit out there. Unofficial numbers, the Brady Beaton Index says the punts have averaged about 10 yards. And those are the punts that got off. One was snapped over the head. I don't know how one wasn't blocked. They send down D'Angelo Blessett back to punt. Before, I believe it was Jalen Maddox. I'm Port Huron High. I'm coming after this. Put the pressure on. Try to get this ball in plus territory. Now, they have Aiden Davidson back at the 35. That's being generous. Punt unit on for Fitz. High snap over the head of Blessett, picks it up at the 15. He avoids a few tacklers, gets out, ball comes out at the 17-yard line. Officially, it'll be a fumble recovery for Port Huron High. Listen, you found out early on the punt unit just didn't have it, and that snap would have been over the head of, well, just about anyone under 7 feet tall. Prime field position for the Redhawks. 1st and 10 at the Fitzgerald 18-yard line. Actually, the fumble helped out Fitz because it bounced away from their end zone, saved them about 4 yards of field position. Joey Gilbert out of the gun, twins to the right, one man to the left. McConley Price in at running back. Gilbert leans in, claps the hands, takes the snap. Keeper right side. Gilbert with room. 15, 10, 5. Dives into the end zone. Touchdown, Redhawks. Joey Gilbert, the hat trick. And it's 23-14 Port Huron High. You know, you'll see Gilbert out on the ice for Port Huron Unified. Usually he's the one setting up the goals. This time he gets the hat trick on the gridiron. Tyler Beam on for the PAT. 4:40 left to go in the third, and PH recapturing the momentum. Snap, hold, kick is up, and it floats through. 4:40 to go in the third. 10-point PH lead again. You're listening to High School Football here on GetStuckOnSports.com. 24-14 after the hat trick touchdown for Joey Gilbert. Senior quarterback, 3 rushing touchdowns, 25, that one about 18 and 1 yard respectively, as the Redhawks back on top. Run up, deep end over end kick to the near sideline, brought in at the 15-yard line by Maddox, working to the right side, trying to find a hole at the 20. Cuts up, 25, makes a man miss at the 30. Flag comes out, 2 flags come out. An illegal block is going to push this back inside the 15-yard line. Anytime 2 officials race to throw that yellow hanky, you know it's a pretty obvious foul. Let's see where they officially spot this. They will walk this one off from the spot of the foul inside the 15 to the 13-yard line. First and 10 from their own 12-yard line. Deion James out of the gun. On his right hip, Angelo Lipscomb. Snap, give, Lipscomb up the middle. He's swallowed up. A sea of red jerseys engulfs Lipscomb, and a late flag comes out. Fitzgerald going to take a late hit penalty. So a loss of about a yard is going to go half the distance to the goal. I believe this will be second and around 17 from the 6-yard line. Penalties at times have plagued both teams. Personal foul, I believe that is going to be assessed to number 56, Martez Kelly. That one, from my angle, I could see pretty clearly. It was a penalty.
That is half the distance to the goal. Second down.
Ball is back on the 6-yard line. They need to get to their own 23. Not a math major, but I'll call it 2nd and 17. 4th, 19 to go, third quarter, 24-14, PH on top of Fitzgerald. 2nd and 17, James out of the gun. Snap, screen, right side, caught, not going very far. They got it to number 17, DeAndre Curry. Scurried for about 4 yards up to the 11. We'll give him 5. Clock hasn't run. The PH sideline going crazy. And the officials are now going to stop the clock after it didn't run. I think they want to reset it. About 5 seconds. I think 4:08 and let it run's about where you'd like to go. Now waiting on the official signal. I think the one official is going to go over and try and yell up to the booth what to set it at. He's trying to play a game of charades on the far sideline. Let's see what they send it to. 3:58, so they'll run 10 seconds off. 24-14, Port Huron high on top of Warren Fitzgerald. Clock's running. 3rd and 12 from their own 11-yard line. Deion James out of the gun, twins either side. Snap, straight drop. Pocket holds. Deep ball over the middle, and it's knocked away. Lockdown coverage on the far side. Number 11, the freshman, Carter Bankston. That is clinic tape coverage on the stop. And now 4th and 11 or 4th and 12 from your own 11. Punt unit has been abysmal. You can go for it, but you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. 3:44 to go in the third, 10-point PH lead. James stays out there. Empty set. They need 11. Snap, running back fell down, screen, over the middle, nowhere to go. Maddox hit for a loss, and it's going to be 1st and goal. Flags come out. Oh, punches are being thrown. And they're going to try to break this up. Both sides are coming in trying to play peacekeeper. There's going to be some ejections. It looked like DeAndre Curry for Fitzgerald, and I believe that was Carter Bankston for PH. I think that's left over from the 3rd down play, and I'm guessing those young men are going to be ejected, and it's going to cost them the rest of this game and the first and all of week 3. I'll give credit to both sides. They got in and played peacekeeper right away. That could have turned ugly quick. Well, the officials are huddled up. I believe in terms of yardage, it should offset. It'll be 1st and 10 from about the Fitzgerald 11-yard line for PH. But a young guy making a rookie mistake as the officials are sorting out the carnage. Again, it was just 2 guys that got involved. Everyone else that came in tried to separate it, so tip of the cap to everyone else there, but it had been getting physical. It had been getting a little chippy. And they'll have to pay for it. So a dead ball personal foul. The first one is they're offsetting. So yes, unsportsmanlike conduct against both sides, and we are getting ejections. So we're going to see who has to head back to the locker, although I believe now you are allowed to stay on the sideline. Or at least in college football, if you get the ejection, you are. So we'll see who has to go, and Bankston going to be escorted to the PH locker room by one of the coaches. And I believe Curry should be as well for Fitzgerald. Curry making the slow walk on the far sideline. Bankston going to get a chance to hit the showers early after both threw some punches and and got the ejection. Ball is placed right on the 10-yard line, so it's going to be first and goal when we do restart. As we wait, let's take a look at some scores from around the area. North Branch all over Algonac, 42-6. That one well in hand in the third quarter. Richmond up 21-0 on Yale. Looks like the Blue Devils will be 2-0, and by the looks of things, they'll be taking on an 0-2 Cros-Lex team. 31-6 Armada on top of Cros-Lex. Marysville 23-7 over Hazel Park right now. In the fourth quarter, it was Lamphere 3, Northern 2. Not a baseball score, a football score, as, well, offense has been more than hard to come by for the Huskies this week. Now, the defense has given up a grand total of 9 points this season, but they need to find a way to get back, get something on the board. Jawan Shakespeare had his entire team in a huddle out on the field. Thing trying to calm everything down. All right, back to the action after a couple of ejections. 3:36 to go, third quarter. PH 24, Fitzgerald 14. This third quarter has taken, I think, longer than the entire first half. PH knocking on the door. Are we finally ready to get this one going? First and 10 from the Fitzgerald. First and goal from the 10-yard line. Rome next to Gilbert, who's in the gun. Man in motion left to right. Snap, give, Parison Rome lowers his shoulder, falls forward to about the 8-yard line, 2-yard gain. Second and goal from the 8-yard line. Still a long ways to go in this game, and the way that Fitzgerald's offense is the explosive nature of it. If you don't get into the end zone here for the Redhawks, I'm not sitting back comfortably. My defense has played well, but when Fitzgerald is hit, they've hit big. Twins to the right, one man to the left. Out of the gun, Joey Gilbert. Price in motion right to left. Snap, gives, Siri up the middle, and he's not going anywhere. Loss of about a yard, back to the 9, third and goal from the 9-yard line. Clock rolling. 2:40 to go in the third. 10-point Red Hawk lead. Really like to make this a 3-score game. Don't want to have to send the field goal unit out there. As solid as Gavin Cordy has been, he missed a 45-yarder, hit a 32-yarder. You don't want to take a 2-score game to a 2-score game. Third and goal from the 9, especially when you had such good field position. Out of the gun, Gilbert. Snap, roll out right, looks, pump fake, throws, end zone, caught! Touchdown, Redhawks! Found the intended target, and Joey Gilbert has 3 on the ground, now 1 through the air, and it's 30-14. On to kick the PAT, Tyler Beam, to make this a 3-possession game. Arceri on to hold. Snap, hold, kick is up, and the kick is good. 2:07 to go in the third quarter. 31-14, PH on top. You're listening to GetStuckOnSports.com. Ball on the 40-yard line. Teed up. Cordy runs up. Line drive to the near side. It bounces at the 20. Picked up by Maddox. Looking for a seam to the far side. Maddox makes one man miss. Cuts up. He's tackled from behind at the 25-yard line. Chasing him down, Aiden Arceri on the tackle for Port Huron, and the Fitzgerald offense back on the field. First and 10, Fitzgerald at their own 25-yard line. Snap, straight drop, James. Looks right side, fires, caught at the 25, gets up to the 30-yard line before Maddox is dropped. A couple of different Red Hawks in there. Aiden Forstner, first one to make contact. And Forstner is down, and will be an official timeout. Looks to be okay. He's going to be helped up. Trainer John Brady out to check on him. We do take another look at scores from around the area. 51-30, Marine City on top of Madison Heights Madison. So Madison can put up some points. They put up 60-plus on Bishop Foley last week. The way they are treating Forsner looks to be a cramp. Looks like they're stretching out that left leg. Is officially final out in Richmond. 21-0. Richmond beats Yale. Shutout for the Blue Devil defense. They're pretty solid. Forsner up and jogging to the sideline. Marysville holding on, 23-15. 6.5 minutes to go at Walt Braun Vikings Stadium. Vikings trying to bounce back from a loss to Almont a week ago. After the timeout, 2nd and 5 from the 30-yard line. Buck 45 and counting to go in quarter number 3. 31-14. Fitzgerald trails PH. Snap, handoff. Billings works to the left side. He was wrapped up. He got a yard, if that. Bringing him down, the newly entered Jackson Winchester makes the tackle. Had a nice special teams tackle earlier in the game. He entered for Forsner for one play, makes a tackle, and Forsner comes back on. He gets some love as Winchester comes back on the sideline. 3rd and 4, snap, straight drop, throw near side. Caught at the 24, and I don't think he got it. Stretching out, trying to get the first down was Lipscomb, and he's a yard short. 4th and 1, and assuredly the Fitzgerald offense going to stay on the field. Fourth and 1 from the 34-yard line. James gets the snap, handoff, hit in the backfield. Red Hawk defense with another stop. Loss of 3. First contact from the big senior Cameron Tesla. And PH's defense has been wonderful tonight. 31-14. PH on top, and they get the ball at the Fitzgerald 32-yard line. Best analogy I can give for you how this PH defense is played, it's like when a pitcher's throwing a gem and he made 2 bad pitches and they were both put over the fence. That's what this PH defense has done. 2 mistakes. They both went for touchdowns, but besides that, they have been awesome here tonight. 17-point lead for the Red Hawks. 46.5 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Gilbert out of the gun. Man in motion left to right. Snap gives McConley Price up the middle. The 30 to the 25. Lowers the shoulder. He's burrowing ahead. Keeps the feet moving to the 24-yard line. 8-yard gain. And I believe if PH wants it to be, that can be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Under 30 seconds to go. We'll see if they give Joey Gilbert a play. I don't think they will. 12 minutes left to go in this one. 17-point Red Hawk lead. 31-14. Port Huron High on top. You're listening to High School Football and GetStuckOnSports.com.
quarter with the Spartans 14, your Red Hawks 31.
Start of the fourth quarter, 31-14. Port Huron High on top of Warren Fitzgerald. PH has led this one all the way. Defense has been magnificent for the Red Hawks. Offense has been put in good situations, and they've converted enough. 2nd and 2 from the 25-yard line of Fitzgerald. Joey Gilbert out of the gun. Hard count. Thought there was movement. No, Price takes it on the, handoff left side. It was not Price, but it's down to the 17-yard line. Enough for a first down for Port Huron High. 1st and 10, Red Hawks again in the Spartan red zone. First and 10 from the 17-yard line. PH, I have a feeling they're going to take their time and try to run this clock down. 3-score lead. Another touchdown could extend it even further. Gilbert out of the gun. Price on the left hip. Man in motion. Right to left. Snap, handoff. Price up the middle. Gets to the 15-yard line. Only a 2-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 8 from the Fitzgerald 15. Ball on the left hash. Checking into the game, Aiden Forstner. And Joey Gilbert in no hurry. A nice leisurely jog into the huddle, and why would he? His team's up 17 in the fourth quarter. Trying to produce another score. 3 on the ground, 1 through the air for Joey Gilbert. The senior quarterback looks around, takes his time, likes what he sees. Under 5 on the play clock. Snap. Keeper, Gilbert, left side to the 10, lowers his shoulder to the 6. It's a first down, PH. First and goal, Red Hawks. 10.5 minutes to go here in the third, and PH with a heck of a performance, putting on a clinic. Defensively, offensively, again, doing enough. Defense has put the Red Hawks offense in great spots, and more often than not, they've been converting. First and goal from the 6. Joey Gilbert saunters behind the center. McConley Price offset to his left. Twins out right. One man to the left by himself, Ashton Cook. Snap, give, Price hit in the backfield. He's brought down for a loss back to about the 8-yard line. Couple different Spartans with first contact. Devon Billings Jr. in there, a name we've said a lot. Has one of the 2 Fitzgerald touchdowns. Has a couple of TFLs as well. They spotted on the 7, so officially a 1-yard loss. 2nd and goal from the 7, although if I'm PH, I don't mind having to run a couple plays to try and get in the end zone. Let this clock just melt away. 2nd and goal from the 8-yard line. Under center, Joey Gilbert. Leans in, snap, play action, rolls, makes one man miss in the backfield. Gilbert makes another to the 5, to near the pylon. He's short. The slippery Joey Gilbert Had to make a couple different Spartans miss. I believe they will give him the 1 yard line. 3rd and goal from just outside the end zone. They'll move it back a step or two. About the 3 yard line and a timeout.
3rd and goal for the Redhawks on the 3 yard line. An official timeout on the field.
An official's timeout. I'm not sure for what, though. Everything seems to be good to go. Got the go-ahead, 8:50 and count, or 8:51. Clock stopped as he went out of bounds. 3rd and goal from about the 3 yard line. Gilbert under center, Price about 2 yards behind him. Gilbert snap, QB sneak, looking for the end zone. He reaches out, no, short. Inside the 1. 4th and goal from the 1, and you're going for the touchdown here. Run the same play again. You got 2.5 yards on a QB sneak. That PH offensive line has been moving the line of scrimmage all night long. 4th and goal from the 1. Under 8.5 minutes to go. 31-14 PH on top. Gilbert under center. Snap, QB sneak. Second effort into the end zone. 4 touchdowns for Joey Gilbert on the day. And the Redhawks putting this one on ice. 37-14. PH on top. Keep it simple. Second time tonight, Joey Gilbert sneaks it in from a yard out. And once again, Tyler Beam for the 5th time tonight coming on for the point after try. Snap, hold, kick, and just like the previous 4, right through the uprights. 8:13 to go in the 4th. It's 38-14. Port Huron High dominating here in week 2. You're listening to GetStuckOnSports.com.
Corporate sponsors, our diamond sponsor, McLaren Port Huron, our gold sponsors, Flagship Community Federal Credit Union, Keywood Auto, and Ryan Realty Team, and our silver sponsor, Orthopedic Associates.
8:13 left to go in the 4th quarter. Port Huron High has opened up a 24-point lead. 4 rushing touchdowns for Joey Gilbert, 1 passing. He's had himself a heck of a day. 8:13 left to go in the 4th, 38-14. Ball's teed up. Oh, line drive, hit off one of the front linemen, and Fitz recovers at the 40. PH nearly got that ball back. Heads up play by Markel Walker. That's something you always think about, like, hey, if I can kick a line drive and hit one of the big guys up front, get a good bounce. But that time, Cordy was able to, that was right on the right shoulder pad of one of the front line KOR guys. Ball on the 38-yard line, 1st and 10, Fitzgerald. Still a 3-score game. They need 3 touchdowns and 3 two-point conversions. Deion James in at quarterback. Out of the gun, 1st and 10, snap, bubble screen left side, Lipscomb. At the 35, past the line of scrimmage, across the 40, knocked forward to the 42-yard line. Gain of 4, 2nd and 6 coming up for the Spartans.
James's pass complete to Lipscomb, brought down by number 17, Garcia.
2nd and 6. From the 44, another screen left side, this time Maddox. Has room across the 45 near midfield. Enough for a first down. Oh, a big block on that far side. Getting up slowly. It was number 20. Deacon Baldwin. He's back up. He's still on the field. 1st and 10. Fitzgerald on their own 48. Screen near side for Jalen Maddox. Across midfield, 45. Tripped up at the 40, and he stays on his feet across the 35-yard line. It looks like Jawan Shakespeare said, we're going to keep this as simple as possible. Screen, screen, screen. And it's gotten them into Red Hawk territory. Hobbling to the near sideline this time, indeed, is Baldwin. He'll come off the field. Fitzgerald working with tempo, 7:44 and counting, 38-14, PH on top. Handoff up the middle. That's Billings Jr. has a hole, 20-15, 10-5. Second touchdown of the day for Billings Jr. And Fitzgerald not going away easily. With 7.5 minutes to go, it's going to take a 2-point conversion here to really keep PH on their toes. But a quick score from Fitzgerald, a 4-play drive. And if Fitzgerald gets in the 2-point conversion, it goes to a 2-possession game. Fitzgerald still has all 3 timeouts. James out of the gun, Billings Jr., the man to his left. Snap, give, Billings Jr. near the goal line, stood up, he crossed it. 16-point game with 7:32 to go in the 4th. Have to imagine the onside kick is coming up here in a moment. 7:32 to go in the 4th, 38-22, PH on top.
There's 7:32 left in the game. It is the Spartans 21, your Red Hawks 38. Correction, with 7:32 left in the game, it is the Spartans 22, your Red Hawks 38.
Expecting the onside kick here, 16-point Port Huron lead. Ball's teed up. A run up. Onside kick recovered. Aiden Ursiri recovers it at their own 48-yard line, and Port Huron High will have a chance to run some of this clock down.
Ursiri falls on the onside kick.
1st and 10, Port Huron High. 7.5 minutes left. 38-22. PH on top of Warren Fitzgerald.
The Red Hawks on their own 48-yard line.
From their own 48, PH is going to take their sweet time. I would be shocked if this ball goes in the air at all. You might see a bunch of different guys touch the ball, but I don't think Kevin Moran's putting this one in the air. From their own 48-yard line, 1st and 10, PH. Gilbert snap, handoff up the middle. Price across midfield. He's wrangled down at the Fitzgerald 47. 5 yards is exactly what you're looking for on 1st and 10 when you're trying to milk the clock. 2nd and 5 coming up for PH on the Fitzgerald 47-yard line. Joey Gilbert saunters into the huddle. That offensive line for PH has done some nice things. Some big boys for the Red Hawks all night long on both sides of the ball have been strong. Just inside the left hash, PH going right to left. 2nd and 5, 3 yards into Fitzgerald territory. Out of the gun, Joey Gilbert leans in, claps the hand. Snap, give, Price. Bounces it out to the right side. That was a mistake. He's tackled at midfield. First contact came from number 59, Javon Barlow, the senior, with a 3-yard tackle for loss, and it brings up 3rd and 8 for PH. 6:30 and counting to go in the 4th quarter. Port Huron High on top, 38-22. Just barely still a 2-score game, and if Fitz can get a stop here, I'm not saying it's probable, but it is not out of the realm with how quick hitting that offense is that Fitzgerald could get back in this game. Ball in the midfield stripe. They need to get to the Fitzgerald 42. Gilbert, snap, keeper, up the middle. He gets hit and tackled at the 46-yard line, a 4-yard gain. But on 3rd and 8, not nearly enough. Let's see if they want to keep the offense on the field or send the punt unit out. 5:45 to go. Joey Gilbert going to have a talk with Dan Perkins. Doesn't look like the punt unit getting ready. Again, we'll see if they even snap it here. Try to get a free first down. 4th, and we'll call it 5. It's on the 47. They need to get to the 42. Gilbert, out of the gun. Snap. He's going to quick kick it himself. Big punt from Gilbert. Bounces at the 10. Rolls inside the 4. And just a little shrug of the shoulders from Joey Gilbert. 4 rushing touchdowns, 1 passing, and a punt down inside the 5. The quick kick, you don't see it utilized too much, but that was executed perfectly. 1st and 10 Fitzgerald at their own 4-yard line. 5:12 to go. Fitzgerald has all 3 timeouts. 16-point lead for the Redhawks. Deion James out of the gun. Billings on his left hit. Snap, handoff. Billings has some room to the 5 to the 10. Bounces outside 15, and he's tackled after about a 12-yard gain. 1st and 10, Fitzgerald as they move out of the shadow of their own goalposts. Ball on the left hash. Waiting for the change to be set to get the clock to run. We crossed the 5-minute mark left to go in this game. Fitzgerald needs to score twice in 5 minutes. Out of the gun, James. Snap, straight drop. Looks over the middle. Now left side. Throws, and it's caught. No, incomplete. Broken up as it hit the hands of Myron Hardy. Oh, they're going to say it was complete. Must have been trying to toss it to the official. Pardon me, it was on the far sideline. Didn't have a good view. It's a 7-yard gain. Clock is running. Under 4.5 minutes to go. James out of the gun, trips right, snap, handoff. Billings trying to bounce to the outside, makes one man miss, gets hit at the line of scrimmage, battles just enough for a first down on 2nd and 3. They get 3 yards. 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line. Clock becoming a factor. Clock is momentarily paused at 4:21. Chains are set. They run it. James trying to get everyone organized. Trips to the right, 1 man left side. A lot of green grass behind the Red Hawk defense. Still 74 yards till the end zone. Snap, handoff. This time that is number 7, Lipscomb. He gets out to about the 33, a 7-yard run, but the PH defense fine with that. It's going to kill a valuable resource in the clock. 4 minutes in running. 2nd and 3 from the 33-yard line. James out of the gun. Trips to the right side. Running the ball, not going to get it done here for Fitzgerald. They need to take a big swing, especially when they take so long to snap it. Clock now under 3:40 to go. 16-point Red Hawk lead. James, snap, play action. Looks, rolling near side. Looks, fires on the run. Caught at midfield. Maddox, he's tackled immediately and inbound. Aiden Davison makes the tackle alongside Devontae Reed. Ball at midfield, clock stops for the moment at 3:28. Fitz wants to keep on to all 3 timeouts in case they score and don't get the onside kick. It will at least give them a chance to get the ball back. Clock now running again. 3:18 left to go in the 4th. Snap, play action, screen left side. That's Maddox. Works outside, makes 1 man miss to the 45-40. Look out, 35-30. Maddox inside the 25 before he's chased down by Javon Bowler. From the 50 to the 25-yard line, Fitzgerald gets halfway to the end zone. 3:05. Clock momentarily stopped. Red Hawks 38, Warren Fitzgerald 22. Ball's actually just inside the 25 to the 24, so a 26-yard reception. Braden Hinton checks in the defensive secondary for PH. Under 3 minutes to go. James snap, gives Billings across the 20. He's tripped up short of the first down marker at the 18-yard line. The clock continues to run. 2nd and 4 for Warren Fitzgerald at the PH 18-yard line. James quickly out of the gun. Same trips right, one man to the left. Billings in the backfield. Snap. James rolls right, looks, fires, incomplete. The throw was high, intended for number 7, Angelo Lipscomb. Ball was knocked out by Port Huron's McConley Price. And that brings up 3rd and 4 from the 18-yard line. Ball on the left hash. Fitzgerald's offense actually has a moment to catch their breath. 2:28 to go in the 4th. Still 3 timeouts for Fitzgerald. They need 2 touchdowns, 2 two-point conversions to tie it. James, snap, screen, left side, Hardy. Looks for room, gets the first down, not much more. That'll stop the clock for a moment to the PH 13-yard line. Fitzgerald working on fumes. A lot of guys play both ways. They're not in a big hurry to get back to the line of scrimmage. Clock starts to run once again. 2:19 and counting. Trips right, 1 to the left. 1st and 10 from the PH 14-yard line. Out of the gun, James. Looks around, leans in, calls for the snap, hands off Billings up the middle to the 10, to the 5, and he scurries into the end zone. Touchdown Fitzgerald. 2:03 left to go in the 4th. Fitzgerald was able to get in the end zone without using a timeout. So even if they don't get the onside kick, PH can't just kneel it out. 38-28, PH on top. But Fitzgerald has to get this 2-point conversion for it to really matter. There's a chance they get the ball 1 more time. There's no chance they get the ball 2 more times. James out of the gun, twins either side. Man motion left to right. Nope, Maddox goes back to the left side. Snap, looking, rolling. James got to find the end zone. To the near side, incomplete. It'll stay a 2-possession game, and that's a huge 2-point conversion stop for Port Huron High, and a lot of Red Hawk fans breathe a sigh of relief. 2:03 to go in the 4th quarter, and Port Huron High looks like they're going to get a week 2 win. Going to have to recover the onside kick first. Aiden Arceri, the one that recovered it last team. Obviously the hands team getting ready. Warren Fitzgerald had a week 1 win over Warren Mott. At one point they were up 33-7. PH was shut out 32-0 last week. But here in week 2, 38 Red Hawk points, 4 rushing touchdowns for Joey Gilbert, 1 through the air. As the onside kick unit on for Fitzgerald. 6x4 look to the field. Ball teed up. Blessett runs up. Short ground ball, and it's recovered. It was touched by a Fitz player anyway. 6 in one, half dozen in the other. It's going to be 1st and 10. Port Huron High near midfield. They'll actually place it at the Fitzgerald 46 because that's where it was touched by a Fitzgerald player. So for all intents and purposes, a first down seals the game for Port Huron High. 2:03 left to go. Fitzgerald does have all 3 timeouts. First and 10, PH at the Fitzgerald 46-yard line. Joey Gilbert out of the gun. Snap, handoff, Price up the middle, stays on his feet across the 40. Ball came out. Going the other way with it, Myron Hardy. 30, 20. This is a ball game. McConley Price fumbled, and it bounced to one of the best athletes for Fitzgerald, Myron Hardy, and a 60-yard fumble 6. And you could hear the entire Red Hawk sideline hold their breath. It is now 38-34 after the fumble 6. 38-34. And Port Huron High needs to recover an onside kick. Fitz will go for 2 because they don't have a kicker. This 2-point play, pretty inconsequential. They'll hand to Billings. He gets in. So it's 38-36, although at this point in the game, it doesn't matter too much whether he gets in, whether he got in or didn't. Fitz is going to have to get a touchdown. They don't have a field goal unit. So getting it to a 2-point game doesn't make a difference. But now, with 1:49 left to go in the fourth quarter, Fitz still has all 3 timeouts as well. They don't have to get this onside kick. It was 38-14 at one point in the second half. Onside kick unit on once again for Warren Fitzgerald. PH sends their hands unit out. They're 2 for 2. Ball teed up on the left hash. It has been 22 unanswered Warren Fitzgerald points. Blessett trying to find a holy roller of a kick. The run up, the ground ball. It's not going to go 10 yards. PH is going to have to get a first down and hold on to the football if they want to win this game. Ball only went 7 yards. 1st and 10. Port Huron High on the Fitzgerald 47-yard line. $1:49 to go in the fourth. 3 timeouts for Warren Fitzgerald. PH looking for a week 2 win. Fitzgerald with all the momentum. 1st and 10 from the Fitzgerald 47. Joey Gilbert out of the gun, trips left. Snap, handoff, Price. Hit at the line of scrimmage. He's not going very far. No gain. 2nd and 10. Timeout Fitz. Well, this is going to be a slow-moving final 2 minutes. Let's take a look around some finals around the area. Richmond beats Yale 21-0. Northern falls at Lamphere 3-2. 5 points scored in the game, and Lamphere, for the 2nd straight year, beats Northern. That is, that's just one of the oddest scores you'll see. But a 1-point win for Lamphere over Northern. PH trying to hold on to a 24-point lead, became a 2-point lead. It was 34-18. Fitz scored quickly. Got a stop, went 96 yards, scored again, didn't get that 2-point conversion on the next snap for PH, a fumble 6, and a 2-point conversion has made it 38-36. 2nd and 10 from the Fitzgerald 47-yard line. Fitzgerald still has 2 more timeouts. Gilbert out of the gun. Claps his hands, screen pass near side, caught, looking for the edge, not finding it, Aiden Davison. Flag comes out. If this is on Fitz, this could be a huge break for PH. If it's on the Redhawks, I'm guessing it'll be declined. It's going to be on the Redhawks. Jawan Shakespeare, I'm presuming, will take the loss of 1 and bring up 3rd and 11, and he'll burn his 2nd timeout. We got holding against the Redhawks. I don't know why you wouldn't take 3rd and 11. 96 seconds left to go in this one. Now, when they decline, Shakespeare is going to have to use a timeout. So it's 3rd and 11 with it declined. Or is he going to push him back?
Against the Redhawks.
No, they will decline it. Third down. They should run the clock. And there's the timeout from Fitzgerald.
Timeout, Fitzgerald. That is their second charge. Timeout.
What was such a strong performance from PH, they're now holding on by a thread.
Come on, Hawks! Let's go, Red Hawks! Let's go!
38-36. Ball on the Fitzgerald 48-yard line. If you're just joining us on GetStuckOnSports.com or Thumb Coast TV, we appreciate it. At the half, PH was up 17-6. They ballooned that lead to 38-14. Fitzgerald, not one to go away, has scored 3 straight touchdowns, including a Myron Hardy 60-yard fumble return. 3rd and 11. If PH doesn't get this first down, this is going to get real dicey here in the final 96 seconds. 3rd and 11 from the Fitz 48. Gilbert out of the gun. Claps the hands, snap, keeper, right side Gilbert, has room, first down, Port Huron High. The Red Hawks are going to survive. On 3rd and 11, they got 14 from the senior. Jawan Shakespeare will use his last timeout, but it's in vain. Oh, boy. Joey Gilbert will get to go back on the field, take a couple of knees, and end this game. Fitz is out of timeouts. It's a fresh set of downs for Port Huron High. And PH will get to celebrate a Week 2 win. Was there really any doubt about who was going to get the ball on 3rd and 11 than the senior that had scored 4 touchdowns and threw for 1 more? Victory formation. Joey Gilbert just has to hang on to the snap, drop to a knee a couple times, and PH will survive a Week 2 matchup against Fitz. 1 knee down. He'll have to do it 2 more times. So it'll cost number 7 a few rushing yards, but I don't think he minds. So they're going to, usually in these situations, because you don't have a digital play clock, sometimes the back judge will extend the play clock so you don't have to snap it quite as many times. Down to a minute left, clock is rolling. There's nothing the Fitzgerald defense can do. Joey Gilbert under center. He'll walk back, and he will kneel as the Fitzgerald defense started to come towards him. PH crowd starting to celebrate the win. It did not come easy, but Port Huron High will come away from Week 2 victorious. Under center Gilbert, under 25 seconds to go. The senior takes the snap, takes the knee, and that'll do it. Your final from Memorial Stadium. The Red Hawks of Port Huron High 38. The Warren Fitzgerald Spartans 36. We'll recap it more when we come back here and GetStuckOnSports.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, stick around for our first game performance by our marching machine. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for staying for the post-game performance. Here is the Fitzgerald High School fight song. At this time, please join us as the machine plays the Faulkner High School alma mater. Thank you again. Take care, be safe, and have a wonderful evening.